Okay, here's my first book, and I want to thank Crazy Rebecca for inspiring this. And the first time, we'll just go through and tell the story. The name of the book was The Street of Strange Faces. So I decided to work off of that, and I added the picture. Okay, so the story starts with the kitty saying, meow. And the woman says, "Kitty, have you ever heard about the ghost? It lives on the street of strange faces." Once upon a time, a young woman named Jeanne received a letter from her old friend, the magician. And you can pull out the letter. And inside it says, "Visit the street of strange faces, solve the mystery of the name, and a reward will be yours." The magician met Mignon when he performed at her birthday party, and they became the greatest of friends. Mignon's grandmother and great-aunt knew the magician also. Long ago they had performed on stage and traveled all over France to great acclaim. When Mignon's mother, Colette, was born, the sisters retired from the stage. Colette grew up in the countryside and later married a baker. Together they ran the local bakery, and Mignon was born and grew up surrounded by love. She rarely visited the city. Mignon's grandmother and great-aunt were firm that Mignon should live in the countryside where they could keep an eye on her forever. They did not trust big cities, especially Paris. They did not approve of her friendship with the magician. The city, especially Paris, was dangerous for any young woman. Also, the city had strange, handsome men. If Mignon went to the city, she might meet strange, handsome men. Mignon felt like a bird in a cage. She was loved and sheltered. She longed for the excitement of the city. I want to visit museums, the zoo, cafes, and meet people. She was very lonely, even with her family around her. She wanted to go to Paris and solve the mystery. She wanted to leave, but knew her family would be upset if she left. At night, she dreamed of flying away. Mignon woke up and wrote a letter to her mama. It says, "I am off to Paris. I have left my cage." And she also wrote a letter to the magician. "Expect me soon. What is strange will soon be understood." Mignon was off to Paris. She wished she could fly, but she could not afford the prices. Instead, Mignon bought a train ticket. Tomorrow she was off to Paris. The home of the magician. Mignon was on the street of strange faces, and there was a note waiting for her. Mignon's first stop was at the home of the magician. She was greeted by one of his many cats, André. "Mignon, they call this the street of strange faces. No one spoke to another recently. A truly strange face has come, a ghost. Everyone is now speaking to each other, but I believe someone on the street is pretending to be the ghost. The ghost is often seen in my house. Find out who the ghost is and you will get a reward. I cannot help you. Telegraph your mama and I will return when you have solved the mystery." Mignon sent off 2 letters. "Mama, I'm safe in Paris and I'm to be a detective. And magician, enjoy your vacation. I will detect and solve the mystery." That night, Mignon had trouble sleeping in her room. At the home of the magician, she was afraid of the ghost, and also all the cats wanted to sleep with her. The next morning, Mignon decided to visit everyone that lived on the street. The first home had a beautiful door knocker. The door was opened by 3 young people, and they were a family of acrobats. Mignon asked about the ghost. No one ever wants performers living near them, but the ghost has scared everyone else from living here. We hope the ghost never goes away. We love the ghost. Mignon went to the next house. It was a big house, and she found it was filled with children. The children were also performers. We are so happy there is a ghost here. No one wants a house full of acrobat children living near them. The next house was a small playhouse. The owner of the house was a little girl named Natalie. Please come to have tea with me. Natalie said she and her parents lived in the playhouse and read tea leaves. No one wanted to pretend fortune tellers, but no one wants to live on a street with a ghost. So all of the strangers in Paris are welcome on the street. Mignon thought, this is why the street is named the Street of Strange Faces. The next house was very strange. It was smelly, and dark smoke was mysteriously swirling about. I am a chemist. I don't believe in ghosts, but I love the rumor of the ghost. No one wants to live near a chemistry laboratory, but no one wants to live near a ghost. So yet another resident liked the ghost. The next house had a beautiful gate. The door was opened by a man with a small doll. I'm a ventriloquist, he explained. The ghost meant that I could purchase this lovely home to live in between shows. My ventriloquism doesn't scare the others in the street. They aren't scared of ghosts either. Mignon had to knock quite hard on the next door of the house. No one could hear a knock over the sound of singing. They all liked the ghost. We love to sing, said the 4 couples living in the house. People that aren't afraid of ghosts don't mind a lot of singing. People may say we are strange, but we would rather live around strange people than normal people that don't like singing. Mignon was not surprised to find yet another performer at the next house. I learned to be an acrobat while working on the Eiffel Tower. It was upside down so much I learned to like it. Of course, yet another resident that was strange, but also liked the ghost. Mignon was so happy to find a family and their performing cats at the next house. Cats don't care about a ghost. A mother opened the door at the next house. I don't mind the ghost because my baby loves all the performers. They make him smile. Oh, have you come to see my beautiful baby? Mignon was not sure that the mother could see well. I love to live here as everyone says my baby is very beautiful. They say all babies are beautiful. A young woman and her puppy answered the next door. They ran the local flower shop. I enjoy living here as happy people buy flowers, and everyone on the street is happy. Mignon could hear sounds of splashing at the last house. The owner, Evelyn, opened the door, and she was wearing a bathing suit. Come in and see the pool. The pool was full of happy children. No other street in Paris would let me build an indoor pool. The ghost means I could build my pool. But where does the ghost live? Asked Mignon. The ghost lives in the attic of the magician's house. Mignon knew this meant she had to go investigate the attic in the magician's house. She took her camera. Mignon was afraid. She looked up at the windows of the attic, and she imagined ghosts and monsters galore. She reminded herself of her favorite poem, Jabberwocky. I will be brave, then the magician will be proud of me. The door to the attics was frightening. Inside the attic rooms were very strange indeed. Old maps and an early flying machine. 3 rabbits with only 3 ears. Cat gargoyles and skeletons. In the attic tower, camera ready, Mignon heard a woo, and this is the photograph that Mignon took of the ghost. As Mignon ran away, she saw a clue. What was the clue of the cards? The answer was here. The numbers spell the word love, so the ghost is someone that loves Mignon. Mignon was so confused, she went to sit in a park. She found a strange statue and sat, while thoughts of ghosts and clues and the magician's strange faces went through her head. She slipped a note under the magician's bedroom door. She said, "Meet me in the library." Sure enough, the magician showed up in the library. He'd been hiding in the house the entire time. "You are correct, I am the ghost. I wanted a street where everyone was welcome to live. I decided to put a sheet over my head," and he demonstrated with a quilt. "I hope you will now live in Paris and on the street of strange faces. I wanted you to be able to see Paris, and I knew you belonged here." "So, Mama," said Mignon's two children, "that is how you came to Paris." "But, Mama, you forgot the happily ever after." Mignon laughed. "I then met and fell in love with your father, and then we bought house number 1 on the street of strange faces. The street of strange but happy faces."